Hi, my name is Bill Royce. I'm the Chief Deputy Treasurer for Allen County, and I'm here today to demonstrate how to use the monthly pay plan, how to create a new user and a password, and select properties and put payments in there. However, before we get to the actual demonstration of setting up the pay plan, I want to talk about when it may or may not be appropriate to use a monthly pay plan. If a tax deadline is quickly approaching, such as we had a tax deadline this year in August, in the month of August, going in to set up monthly pay really doesn't work. We have to have our first payment paid by that tax deadline. We can then use the monthly pay plan to pay for November and on into the future. Also, if a property has been certified to tax sale, we cannot use the monthly pay plan to make monthly payments to get a property out of tax sale. For those situations, you want to call our office, call the Treasurer's office, and one of the deputies there would be happy to work with you and discuss payment options that would be more appropriate or would work better for you. If you're making irregular payments, large amounts one month, different amounts the next month, or wanting to pay on different days each month, also the monthly pay plan probably is not your best option. So please call our office. We'll be happy to work with you and find some options that would work. Well, let's get on to creating a new user, a password, and learn how to use the monthly pay plan. If this is your very first time using the monthly pay plan, you'll be creating a new user. If you already have an account, of course, you would just enter your username and your password, and you can go in and you can make adjustments to your account. We're going to pretend that this is our very first time, and so we're going to begin here where it says click here to create a new account. Now, when we do that, we immediately receive a warning, and these are the two scenarios that I talked about earlier, where if a property is certified to tax sale, we cannot use the monthly pay plan to get it out of tax sale, or if a deadline is looming, we cannot use the monthly pay plan to miss or extend a deadline. We want to use other options. But we're going to assume for our demonstration that this is not the case. We've read the warning, and we're going to continue on by clicking the Continue button. All right. Once we're inside, we create a new user simply by creating a username. When we put in our username, we'll go ahead and we'll create a password. And then it asks for an email address. And we click Create User. All right, it says we were successful in creating a user, and we're going to continue now. And at this screen, this is where we're going to enter information about ourselves. We're going to put in our name, address, our bank information, and so forth. So we simply begin by clicking the Edit button. And then we can begin filling in our information. Now we've entered our information and we've entered our bank information. We can move forward and we can select the property that we want to pay on. And we do that by clicking the Select Property button. We can search by using several different criteria. And I'm going to go ahead and search on last name. And click the search button. And in just a moment, you see that the system returns to us properties that match that search name. I'll go down and find a property that I want to pay on, and I want to be very careful about selecting that property because this is the property that I'm going to be paying taxes on. Okay, once I've selected my property, and this is actually the property of my daughter, but it will work. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Once I've selected my property, I go over and I click on Payments. And I'm going to be asked to authorize payments. And what this authorization is it gives permission to the treasurer to draw this money out of my account. It's an agreement between you, the taxpayer, and the treasurer that you're going to pay this monthly amount. So I bring up that authorization, and then I'm going to want to print that off or authorize. Okay, once I've authorized, it brings me to the payment screen, and the computer does something neat for me. What it does is right away, it takes my taxes and it divides it into the number of months remaining in the year, and it says, hey, if you want to pay these taxes, this is what you would pay at this time. The nice thing is with the monthly pay plan is I can accept that and say, yes, that is what I want to pay, or I can go in and I can make changes and I can adjust the monthly amounts. I can also choose the day I want my payment to come out. Suppose I want it to come out on the 15th of the month. I can choose that, and then my first payment is always going to be the month following the month that I'm in when I create this. So I am creating this in the month of October, so my first payment's going to begin in November. And I'm going to say that, you know what, in November, I don't want it to be that large amount. I'm going to make it the $42.25 like the other payments are, and I can go in and I can change that. If at any time circumstances change and I need to revise the date or I need to revise the amounts, I can simply come back to this payment screen and make all the changes that I need to make. Once I'm happy with what's here, I go down and I simply click Save, and I save that. And my work is all done. My payments are set up. I've got my information in there, and beginning in November on the 15th, that money will start coming out of the account that I chose, and I'll be paying on that property. Now, future taxes are set up in such a way that they are based on this year's amount. Having put my information in, my name, my address, phone number, and my bank information, selecting the property, and setting up the payments, I am now complete. I can log out, and if I need to make any changes in the future using my newly created username and password, I can go back in and I can change payments, or perhaps I can change the day that the payment is being drawn out of my account. You do want to keep in mind that future taxes are based on this year's tax amount. We don't know what next year's taxes are going to be. So once that amount is known, you will be contacted by the treasurer's office that you need to go in at one point during the year next year and make an adjustment to your payments so that your payments match what your new tax amount is. You don't want to be underpaid in taxes, and you don't want to overpay taxes should the taxes go down. So using a monthly pay plan is just that simple. Please, if you have any questions or any problems, call the treasurer's office. We would be happy to work with you and guide you through it and talk about other payment options that are available.